Hi guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna try and talk like a little bit differently today, only because I noticed in my like playback I have a lot of like feedback. So I'm finally doing a video for Topic Tuesday, and this is something that like I've thought about for a while, and it's like YouTube expectations, losing faith, being disappointed like overall, trying to find new people, and yeah. So I'm also going to talk about like myself. Yay! I don't know. You guys seem to love like I don't know. I'm not really sure what you guys want to see from me. So I'm just going to kind of like go with the flow for a while and see what works, what doesn't, and that's that. So I do have a couple series that I want to do for myself. So I'm going to do monthly favorites, project pan, things like that. And then I'll do my like reviews on the items that I get for my subscription. So anywho, let's talk about YouTube, my disappointments. I'm pretty disappointed in the YouTube, not like the community as a whole, but like people that I used to watch that I can't watch anymore that I probably should unsubscribe to, but I guess I keep like holding out hope that they're gonna come around and be who they were. And I get like people evolve and all of that, but I just feel like there's such a huge shift that you definitely can tell when someone is promoting something to get reimbursed or paid or, what have you. There's a lot of collaborations with a lot of brands, and I'll be honest with you, like I don't typically support like a collaboration. I have purchased in the past, like I couldn't really tell you how many, like less than 5. And I've been equally disappointed in terms of like quality, production, like things like that. So, I do support like Mac and things like that, but in terms of like YouTubers and, supporting their individual like business per se, I try not to do that. And the reason is because I don't know that I believe in their viewpoints, because they're getting reimbursed for something, and I think this goes along with like sponsored videos, and there's a lot of that right now, and I guess it's just disappointing. Like I started watching YouTube, and I've mentioned this before, I started watching YouTube to learn how to do makeup. I used it as an outlet. Like I started by watching Makeup by Tiffany D when she used to do all these tutorials and things like that. And I really wanted to learn how to do my makeup better, because when I would go to the counter, it would never like, excuse me, it would never, I don't know why I just got distracted by this. Like, tag. Anyway, so it never came to like something that I could wear like an everyday look or whatever. And like even if I asked for that, I never really got it. So I kind of was looking for that. I was looking for, I guess, like an outlet, like somewhere I could like learn something new. YouTube can teach you anything. So I started by watching Makeup by Tiffany D, and then like I never understood it. So it was like 2009, and I never really understood like what subscribe meant, what like any of that. Like I didn't even have a YouTube account at that point. So I started with that, and then I kind of like would search different things on like Google. Like that was how I Googled stuff. So I did that, and then like I was pretty faithful in watching like Makeup by Tiffany D. Now, not so much. I try and watch her, and it's kind of like I don't love her as much as I loved her, if that makes sense. I love X Sparkage. I think she's like completely 100% like genuine. Um, yeah, like I remember when they started with Sigma, and I did buy my first set of brushes from Sigma. I mean, I used to use like I mean, I still do, but like I used to use like drugstore or like whatever I could find. And I never really bought like Mac, but Prestige was pretty big. Like so I would buy like those. Brushes weren't really like huge until she started with Sigma, and they were copying Mac ones, and they were super affordable. And now I just feel like they're not that affordable, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I get off topic. So, you know, I evolved into watching like different people for different reasons, and I'm sure we all have. So I really kind of, I don't want to focus on like the negative, but it just kind of feels like it got kind of negative, like, and it got kind of product reviewy. And while I love myself a good product review just to see if like something is worth my money, like all of that, but I feel like there's something lacking for my my hair color and things like that. Like a lot of things are geared towards like blonde, brown, like whatever, you know, blonde, brown, whatever. I'm glad to see that there are people of color doing YouTube. Like, I love to watch them because it's like, I love to see that transformation in terms of like what colors will work, what won't work. Like, I don't know, I love black skin. I think it's just so pretty. And, yeah, so let's see. Hi, Abby Dad! Hello. Hi, Abby. So anyway, YouTube became something that I enjoyed doing, and then I kind of like created my own channel because things were shifting, and it just took a whole nosedive in terms of like what your favorite YouTuber was then promoting. Like monthly favorites became literally whatever they was new. I mean, if you go back to look, let's just say Jaclyn Hill, because everybody talks about Jaclyn Hill, and you know that's to go for like, I think anybody that started in YouTube early, and then they evolve as they get like bigger and products get sent to them and they use more, and I get that, but like, you know, I go back and I think like, well, they used to tell us this was better than nothing, and then this was their favorite, and then this was like the love of their life or whatever. I mean, it's just, and I used to watch, I mean, I still do, I don't get me wrong, Wayne Goss, like he's kind of stayed constant. Like I watched him when he would do like crazy makeup, which was awesome. And I mean, I learned a lot of tips from him, like how to like take care of your makeup, how to sanitize, like all of that stuff. And, you know, I just felt like my lifestyle had transitioned at that point. And then, you know, watching these YouTubers that I had watched for a long time just started to get disappointing. And it kind of sucked because I really valued their opinion in the beginning, and now not so much. Like, I don't trust half of the YouTubers that I used to watch. I don't believe what comes out of their mouth. I think they're very censored in terms of they don't want to piss off a PR brand, so they may or may not say something negative. You know, there's a lot of movement towards this anti-haul, so I'm curious to see how that's going to go with consumerism and brands, and seeing how makeup brands take the feedback. Like, I'm tired of a new collection coming out every couple of weeks. Like, it's exhausting. Like, while I think it's great, but like, you're sucking any amounts of like, and it's a choice, any amounts of like money, or like, you know, I guess they're feeding the economy, but like, I wonder at what point does that hurt the consumer? Because I've mentioned this before in terms of like buying and then returning. So people would buy to review it and then return it, which then causes the markup of things. You know, products, goods, services. The drugstore is no longer cheap anymore. I mean, the drugstore is just as much as high end. So in all honesty, like I buy some drugstore stuff, but I end up spending just a little bit more to get what I want. And I don't have to keep looking for 5 items that do the same thing that the one thing, you know, could do. So like, let's take the beauty blender, for instance. I don't know who started that trend, but I was against the beauty blender for a really long time. Like, I liked the Real Techniques, all of that. I recently purchased a beauty blender because I went to a demonstration, and I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the $20 I think that it's cost now, and I think this sponge is great. I think it doesn't really absorb a lot of your product. It just blends out nice. That doesn't mean that I still didn't buy like 10 like alternate versions of it. So, you know, you spend like $6-7 on that. So I spent way more than I would have spent trying to find an alternative than it would have cost me just to buy one, use it for 6-7 months, and then, you know, like do that cycle over again. So I would end up spending less money. So in terms of like changes for me, I think that's what's going to happen is I'm going to buy what I like and not buy for the sake of it being new and the next exciting thing. I think because that makes it makes me feel like I'm not good enough. Like I'm not, cool enough. I'm not like more experimental. Look at Abby. Say hello, cutie. We got the whole fam in here except for Giselle. She's at school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the daddy?
Oh yeah, daddy too. So, I just feel like there's a shift in terms of, at least I'm hoping there's going to be a shift. I'm hoping there's going to be a shift in what gets promoted, what doesn't get promoted. I do enjoy the anti-hauls, like what you're not going to buy. However, I feel like sometimes a lot of these people, like bigger YouTubers who get sent a ton of stuff, YouTubers that get sent a ton of stuff, if they do an anti-haul, I think they run the risk of not getting PR. Jackie Ina said that Tarte, like she said something negative about Tarte and they took her off the PR list. Like that's not fair. That's not like being the best for your consumer. You would want, if you're putting out a shitty product, wouldn't you want to know for next time? That's what feedback's all about. That's why they have Yelp and Google and all of these like review things. Amazon, like you can review anything, and they should value your opinion and feedback. And just because you give something to someone for free, it doesn't mean that like they shouldn't have their own opinion. I do wish that brands would support like smaller channels in terms of a marketing concept, because while it's great to have all these big YouTubers, like I don't leave my house looking or feeling the way that they probably do in terms of like they go on camera and they like say all these things, and it doesn't necessarily represent their true personality. And I like makeup just as much as the next one. I like skincare and I like products, like I'll buy stuff based on a recommendation from like a friend or whatever. Yeah, I know. And, I think that's how we look at YouTube in terms of like, oh, we're talking to our girlfriends or whatever, boyfriends, not, in a literal sense. But anyway, I think it's just gotten disheartening, and that's all. And I'm kind of like disgusted and over it. So I look for like older things to watch, like older tutorials, like, it's just half of my feed I just ignore. And that just becomes like, I'm looking for other people to watch. I'm, not necessarily like, I don't want someone else that's pushing another product in hopes to try and get more views to support their channel and grow their channel so they get free stuff, and then they change who they are because said free stuff, and you get more opportunities. And I don't begrudge anyone their opportunities. I think it's great. Abby, you can turn the TV on if you want. Love you. I don't begrudge them anything. I think it's wonderful. I think YouTube is a great opportunity. I think it's a little oversaturated, but I guess you pick and choose who you want to watch, and that's that. But yeah, so I guess my whole thing is I'm just disappointed in the shadiness of it all. Like I'm disappointed in the shadiness. I'm disappointed that it's like hidden marketing. So, subliminal messages, that's what it is. So it's kind of like that, but in a different manifestation. So, I find it interesting. I find it, it just, yeah, I don't know. It's the same shit, but, it's like anything. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, maybe they just grow. Like, they're not some 20-year-old person anymore, and then they grow over the last, like, 7 years, and they're a new person. And I get that. I just feel like that new person is geared towards being, and maybe that's not a bad thing, being selfish and being, like, business people. That's great, but I don't know. Anyway. So that's that part of it. The second thing I wanted to talk about is like I wanted to talk about this. I know what I wanted to talk about in terms of like my collection, where I see myself going in the next, like, I don't know, let's just say 3 months. The next 3 months. I try and use what I have. I have become, I mean, I've bought some things recently that I really wanted, and it doesn't mean that I don't covet them. It just means that, like, I really want to start using what I have. I have given a lot of my collection away. Like, more than half I have given away to friends and family and stuff like that. But, you know, I find that I bought it for the wrong reasons, and I'm just curious, like, what do you guys do? Like, do you have buyer's remorse? Do you have buyer's remorse? I mean, that's like a key. I used to have severe buyer's remorse, and now I don't because I save. Like, you know, so I forget, there was a bunch of videos about these Smashbox, like the new, like, palettes, the little ones. And I was like, oh, they look really nice. Like, I'm not a huge Smashbox fan. I'm not, like, hiding that. I don't overly like their quality of product. And I went in the store and I was like, okay, $26 wasn't bad at all. Like, I thought that was very reasonable. So I compared it to, like, $26 for that, or $26 for, like, the Kat Von D. And I really wanted the Kat Von D. And I know it was only 4 shades. I think 4 shades. And I could have gotten something, like, subpar, in my opinion, or great, in my opinion. So I opted to get the Kat Von D palettes. So it doesn't mean that I wasn't super interested. Like, I watched, like, tons of videos before I, like, actually went to the store. But, you know, the way that I get is, like, I get, like, super excited about it, and then I'm like, oh, I have to have it, I have to have it. So I'm working on that in terms of, like, my instant gratification. But I feel like sometimes these, I get interested because, like, I wonder, like, I go back and I see, like, well, did you really use that? Or did you just, like, use it for a video because you got sent the PR package? Or did you use it because it was hot? You know, like, I bought the Natasha Denona palettes because I really wanted to see how they are. I fell in love with them. I think they are amazing. I think the quality is, you know, but I also like my Inglot shadows, I like my MAC shadows, and I like my Urban Decay shadows. You know, so it's like, I feel like you could pay for quality. I think it's a great idea. Smashbox, in my opinion, is not good quality. Bobbi Brown, in my opinion, is not good quality. Like, I break out from her face things. It doesn't mean I don't love them. They're, like, the perfect shades, but they make my face seriously congested, and I break out from them. So, Smashbox, I just recently started using a, primer that I got in a BoxyCharm. So, you know, I don't know if I would repurchase it or anything, but, like, anyway, so I'm making this a long rambling thing. So, you know, I'm curious, like, what are you guys thinking? Like, are you getting just as discouraged as I am? Like, do you not watch people that you used to watch, or do you continue to watch them to see if they're going to change? I like to say, give the benefit of the doubt, but I'm really starting to get discouraged. Like, and then there's new shift into, like, opening PR packages. While that's so fun, I don't know how I feel about it, really. I don't know how I feel about it. How do you guys feel about it? Like, let's chit chat. So yeah, anyway, so thanks for watching Topic Tuesday. Let me know if you have any future topics. Nothing is taboo, in my opinion. So I like to talk about politics and religion and all that stuff. So whatever. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. You can like this video. Yes. So yeah, so I'm going to be working on my consumerism for the next 3 months. I'm going to give myself a 3-month span. I'm going to write down, like, what I want to do, and I keep it in my little, I have 2 things. I have my planner, which is just a regular planner. I don't even know. I think this is from, like, TJ Maxx or something. It's cute. I had a different planner. I had the ARC planner before, but anyway, so I, like, write down my stuff. Like, they give you a whole, like, notes. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to write down what I'm going to try and then kind of, like, follow through with, like, my commitment. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.